Perched on a ridge in the Peruvian Andes, 1,600 feet above the river valley below, is the mysterious engineering marvel, Machu Picchu.
An hour and a half to climb up. It's a rough climb, and we go through caves, we go through tunnels, and we come to the top. Guess what we find? 4 Turks sitting there barbecuing, almost, having lunch. We met the 2 guys beforehand, yesterday, and there were 2 more that joined them today, and they were all from San Diego. What a coincidence. It's a beautiful day, and we're waiting at the top for the weather clear so we can have a clear shot of Machu Picchu below.
The city boasts more than 600 terraces, over 170 buildings,
And one of the tourists is trying to make it on his
thousands of
knees.
steps, several temples, and 16 fountains.
To me, it was the Mount Everest, Huyanna Picchu.
The Inca utilized hundreds of thousands of stones to build their city, some massive. Fortunately, they didn't have to go far to find construction materials.
People often ask, how did the Incas get these stones here to build this city? And you're looking at the answer. This is the main quarry of Machu Picchu, a massive jumble of white granite which they used to create this splendid city that you can see behind us.
The quality of Inca stonework is legendary. Important buildings exhibit a precision of stone fitting that almost defies explanation. After 500 years, a knife blade can't be inserted between the stones. How did they achieve such precision? What sophisticated tools did they use? They didn't have steel chisels. They didn't even have iron chisels. Remarkably, without iron tools, the Inca used rock to carve rock.
You're on the candid camera.
Merhaba.
Merhabalar. Neredeyiz?
Machu Picchu.
Huyanna Picchu.
All right. Tam zirvede. Bizim Türk arkadaşlar barbekü yaparken yakaladım. Birazdan lamaları kesecekler.
Beside the city's stonework, another feature that distinguishes Machu Picchu is the terrace system. The terraces served 2 purposes. They provided a place to grow crops, and also kept the city from sliding off the mountain.
Stairs to the clouds. You can hear the train. I got to the next level of steps.
The Inca built terraces to cope with the 79 inches of annual rainfall.
Constructing a terrace is what's really important. The terrace starts out with a coarse rock base, which provides good water flow and stability. On top of these stones then would be smaller stones.
Ya yürüyün çocuklar ya. Yolu kapadınız ama. Biraz yürüyün, hızlı olun. Çabuk.
Yukarıdan söylemekle olmuyor.
Bak ben ne diyorum biliyor musun?
My parents. Okay.
Oh wow, what is the 1027?
We've been waiting for a month. clouds coming in from the valley.
And then a gravel layer, and then a sand layer, and then on top of that would be topsoil.
The terraces served Machu Picchu better as claws, helping the city grip onto the mountain. Without them, the buildings would have tumbled down the mountain long ago.
Modern science and modern research has answered many of the questions that have puzzled people in the nearly 100 years since Machu Picchu was discovered, and yet it remains a mysterious place.
Huyanna Picchu. This is what I walked this morning to the top.
Machu Picchu is believed to have been a royal estate or sacred religious site for Inca leaders, whose civilization was virtually wiped out by Spanish invaders in the 16th century. For hundreds of years, until the American archaeologist Hiram Bingham stumbled upon it in 1911, the abandoned citadel's existence was a secret known only to peasants living in the region. The site stretches over an impressive 5-mile distance, featuring more than 3,000 stone steps that link its many different levels. Today, hundreds of thousands of people tramp through Machu Picchu every year, braving crowds and landslides to see the sunset over its towering stone monuments and marvel at the mysterious splendor of one of the world's most famous man-made wonders. Historians believe Machu Picchu was built at the height of the Inca Empire, which dominated western South America in the 15th and 16th centuries. It was abandoned an estimated 100 years after its construction, probably around the time the Spanish began their conquest of the mighty pre-Columbian civilization in the 1530s. There is no evidence that the conquistadors ever attacked or even reached the mountaintop citadel. However, for this reason, some have suggested that the residents' desertion occurred because of a smallpox epidemic. Did you know? Machu Picchu is made up of more than 150 buildings ranging from baths and houses to temples and sanctuaries. Many modern-day archaeologists now believe that Machu Picchu served as a royal estate for Inca emperors and nobles. Others have theorized that it was a religious site, pointing to its proximity to mountains and other geographical features that the Incas held sacred. Dozens of alternate hypotheses have cropped up in the years since Machu Picchu was first unveiled to the world, with scholars variously interpreting it as a prison, a trade hub, a station for testing new crops, a women's retreat, or a city devoted to the coronation of kings, among many examples.
Aww.